All right, today I want to talk real quick about 5 reasons that you should be using shared mailboxes in your Power Automate flows. Number one, shared mailboxes are free. In other words, they do not incur any licensing costs. So a shared mailbox doesn't use a license. However, the messages that are stored there, as well as attachments, do count toward your overall pooled storage in the Microsoft 365 cloud. So just be aware of that if you start to use a lot of these shared mailboxes, that you want to have some plan for cleaning up those messages down the road. Also, your organization's IT department will need to create and assign the permissions on the mailbox, so there's some work involved. In other words, depending on how your organization's set up, there may be a charge from them to create a shared mailbox, but it's not because there's a cost for the license, it's a cost for the work that they're doing. Number two, ownership and access can be shared and transferred. A shared mailbox by definition is a mailbox that multiple people can have access to at the same time, meaning you can also transfer that ownership as people change. So when job roles change or people join or leave your organization, you can assign the permissions to that mailbox accordingly. And this is really helpful if you're building a flow that you know you're going to be handing off to somebody else. So as long as both you and that person have access to that shared mailbox, build a flow using the shared mailbox, and then once you hand it off, have your access to the mailbox removed, and it's all theirs. So it makes it very easy. Number three, the send email from a shared mailbox action is full-featured. In other words, it has all of the same settings, fields as the regular send an email action from the Outlook connector. So you can do rich text formatting, multiple attachments, assign importance, sensitivity, all of those things. So in other words, if you can do it with the regular send an email in the Outlook action, you can do it in the send email from a shared mailbox action. Number four, messages sent by the flow are available in the send items folder. So just like the regular Outlook connector, when you send from a shared mailbox, that sent message goes into the sent items of the shared mailbox. So when you open that mailbox in Outlook, you'll have access to them. Also, any replies that people send to those messages are going to come back to that mailbox. So it makes it very easy for you to see exactly what's being sent, as well as get and review replies to those messages. And then lastly, and this isn't really about sending emails, but more about sending calendar invites or sending meeting events. Basically, you can use a shared mailbox to create calendar events on the calendar in that shared mailbox. And in that scenario, that shared mailbox is the meeting organizer. That makes it very convenient because really there is no other way to change the meeting organizer. So if you're building a flow that sends meeting invites and it's running as you, then those messages or those calendar events are all going to be, the meeting organizer will always be you. And that can be a problem down the road because there is no other way to change the meeting organizer. There is no way to change the meeting organizer. So you want to be sure that you're creating it with the account that you want from the beginning. So that's it. Those are the 5 reasons to use shared mailboxes in Power Automate. I do have some other videos, or we'll be making some other videos on this topic. So if you have any specific scenarios you want to talk about or cover, just put those in the comments down below, and have a great day.